just saw this crazy promo between Gunther and Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw, where Gunther cooked like the IC title Gunther, and Jey Uso was fired up, inspirational, and I love that for him. But this eventually led up to an announcement that both men will face each other January 25th at Saturday night's main event for Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. Now, for a lot of Jey Uso fans, this begs the question: will WWE finally pull the trigger on Jey Uso winning a world title, or will we get more of the same and just see Jey Uso in a great opportunity and then lose once again? Now, before you guys answer that question, I want to give you guys something for two different perspectives. Reasons why Jey Uso should win the title and reasons why Jey Uso shouldn't win the title, and what do I think will actually happen in this match. Now, before we get into this, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the family. Let's get into this. So let's start off with a little bit of optimism, okay? For the Jey Uso fans, this is for you guys. Reasons why he should win that title. And if you're a fan of Jey Uso, leave me a yeet in the comment section. I would love to see that. I love how much you guys support this guy. So the first reason I can think of is the element of surprise, right? It's not rocket science, but hold up, walk with me for a second. Now, the reason why this is important is because a lot of people do not believe that Jey Uso will win this championship off of Gunther. And if you think he will, I'm sure at some point in the back of your mind, you know, if Jey Uso loses this match, you will not be surprised. You will not be surprised at all. So the reason why the element of surprise will be important here is because if we go back to the first Saturday night main event that we just had, a lot of people left out of it not too happy. I thought it was a fairly decent show, but a lot of people felt like it was either a diet PLE or an upgraded house show. And that's because nothing really happened there. There was no title changes. There was no surprise returns. There was nothing that really forwarded any storylines. There was a match that didn't make any sense. And although all these great things were not guaranteed, people felt like there was much more to be desired when it comes to this show. So in this second show, you cannot go 0 for 2 when it comes to something important happening in the show. So if Jey Uso wins that title, it'll be a big surprise, and it'll give people the idea that on this show, this quarterly show, that anything can happen. Even a world championship title change can happen on this show. Because if you keep doing this, then a lot of people be like, you know what? SmackDown just got a third hour. Why would I sit here and watch another show that basically feels like I'm watching WWE main event, like the television show on Hulu? I don't know if it still comes on, but it feels like a show that I don't really need to watch. I could just watch the results online or read the results online. Why should I watch the show? But having him do this will be a great moment for him, a great moment for the fans, and for some people, it probably incentivizes them to actually go to the show for the reason I just said before, because anything could possibly happen at the show, and this show is almost as important as the weekly televised shows like SmackDown and Raw. The other thing is, and this may not be that important, but for some reason, they've decided to bring back Hulk Hogan for this show. After what just happened in LA, Hulk Hogan's going to be there, and depending on how San Antonio receives him, if they boo him once again, you don't want that to be the highlight of the show. You want something that happened in the ring to be the highlight of the show, and Jey Uso winning that title would definitely be that thing that will kind of offset, you know, the bad juju from LA with Hulk Hogan. And the third thing is, a lot of the fans feel like that he deserves it, because we got the short IC title reign. You know, a lot of the times when people get IC titles, not every time, it means after that, we're going to move them up to getting the World Heavyweight Championship. And we just saw Jey Uso lose to Roman Reigns 2 years ago. So now he's back in another title match. And you don't want him just to have another title match and lose it. Why not just play somebody random to face Gunther instead of sacrificing one of the most over wrestlers in your promotion? And the other thing is too, if Jey Uso wins this title, he's one of the most over wrestlers in WWE right now. Imagine the merch sales. Imagine how crazy the crowd will go. This will be amazing for Saturday night main event. I think this will be a great idea for those reasons. And if you got other reasons, guys, let me know in the comment section. Now, this is going to seem kind of pessimistic, but I got to be realistic about this as well. Let's talk about why he shouldn't win that World Heavyweight Championship. Now, one of the main things I could think of is, for one, thinking about the Royal Rumble, right? And it being right around the corner. I'm sure a lot of wrestling fans, and I'm sure Jey Uso fans would disagree, they don't want to see a Jey Uso versus whoever wins Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber as a main event at WrestleMania, right? They don't want to see Jey Uso versus John Cena because that instantly make Jey Uso a heel if John Cena is getting a title match. They don't want to see Jey Uso versus CM Punk because people are expecting CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. They don't want to see Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. I mean, although that would make sense given the fact that he lost to Roman Reigns and, you know, before Survivor Series, he didn't really fully respect Roman Reigns, but I don't think people really want to see a bloodline situation as a main event on this card. Unless it's Roman versus Jacob, but I digress. I think that would be a bad situation for Jey Uso. And if he won the title and WWE's like, nah, we don't want him having that match at WrestleMania, then he's going to have another short title reign just like he did for the IC title because he's going to have to lose it before WrestleMania comes around, which is not fair to Jey Uso at all. So I feel like that if you want to give him a title, you're going to have to give him a longer title reign. He doesn't have to have a 30,000 day title reign like Roman Reigns or anything. You don't have to beat Bruno Sammartino's record. He just has to have a decent run, at least longer than an IC title run, because, you know, I feel like that'll be very disrespectful in my personal opinion. And the other thing is because of how the match was set up. It happened in a random promo, and the fact that Gunther is back to the way he was when he had the IC title, it just wouldn't feel believable for Jey Uso to beat him. Not saying that Jey Uso isn't worthy, but I would think you'll want to stretch this feud out into something longer than just have a quick one-off promo leading up to a match at Saturday Night Main Event. Now, if this was Gunther in his identity crisis mode where he was looking at the window or looking at the mirror, asking himself if he's beautiful, asking Ludwig Kaiser if I'm still that guy, then that makes sense, right? You got him weakened mentally and emotionally after losing to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. But this version of Gunther just losing to Jey Uso right out without anything else happening there is kind of weird. Now, let's just talk about some random possibilities of what can happen in this match, guys. Is that Drew McIntyre will come in there and cost Jey Uso his title because Drew McIntyre is still, you know, going after every member of the bloodline. He's still a bounty hunter for the bloodline. So I can see him doing that to cause more heel heat on Drew McIntyre. And then, you know, unfortunately for the fans of Jey Uso, you'll probably have to wait a little bit longer, which probably would be best for him because, like I said before, we're way too close to Royal Rumble. We're way too close to Elimination Chamber in WrestleMania. So why not start that after the fact? So when everything is cleared out and no one's in the way, he can have a proper title reign. The other thing that could possibly happen, and probably the least likely, is the fact that we got to remember Goldberg still has to have that match against Gunther. He did say on ESPN, and I'm talking about Goldberg, he said that he's supposed to be scheduled for something in the beginning of the year. So if they're supposed to be having a match, maybe at WrestleMania, maybe at Elimination Chamber, maybe Goldberg can come in and cost Gunther the title, which I think less likely to happen, or he can get, you know, Gunther a win by disqualification by attacking Gunther. Now, the interesting part about that is that no one wants to see Gunther versus Goldberg for the title at WrestleMania. So I think the best possible situation for that is for that match to happen at Elimination Chamber. So I think that could possibly happen. But at the end of the day, I don't think Jey Uso is going to win this match. But if he does, I'd be happy for him. I'd be happy for the crowd. I'll be yeeting with the best of them. But for now, the way things are set up, I personally don't think it's going to happen. But if you think he's going to win, if you think he's not going to win, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I didn't write this down. I didn't think this out. This is all just coming off the top of my head. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute, peace, have a great day.